Now, as we work through this in the history of present illness, as an example, you can see that we recommend beginning at the top, that complaint location. Where is the patient having difficulty? Auto accident history, having that completed and simply moving from left to right. So date of the motor vehicle accident, selecting the date on the calendar, the time of the motor vehicle accident, and you can select the time. Were they unconscious at impact? Does the patient recall details of the accident? Yes, they do. Is recollection foggy? Yes. So on and so forth. And then this begins to build out that history for that particular patient. And then moving on down to the next thing, providers seen since the motor vehicle accident. Well, there weren't any. Diagnostic tests after the MVA. Well, they had x-rays taken over the neck and mid-back at, let's say, a local hospital. Have they missed any work, missed any school? If so, how many days have been missed of school? We'll say 2 days. Any self-care remedies? Yes. And the patient tried ice and heat. Any prior complaints? Maybe denial of any similar complaints in the past. Any prior treatment? No prior treatment. Any prior diagnostic tests prior to the accident, and we'll just state no prior imaging. So that completes the history of present illness for this particular patient for that specific visit type. And so you'll see that the system, as we've talked about, works from top down and left to right. It allows you the opportunity to sequentially meet the needs of all the requirements of that particular aspect of the note, and in this case, the history of present illness. Likewise, documenting the past family medical social history, simply selecting that section opens up the family history, and this is where you can document any family history that is notable, any past medical history of the patient. Maybe they have a surgical history of shoulder surgery and knee surgery, or whatever the details are of that. All throughout the records, you will see free text, and when you select that, then you can type in anything that you would like to have within the record to be able to document even more thoroughly what we need to document to make this encounter specific to the patient's visit. Next, we have the social history and, of course, their marital status. How many children are at home? How many children are away? What is the patient's occupation? And so on and so forth. Their smoking status, alcohol use. And then, of course, then we move on to the review of systems. And the review of systems is taken from the patient on an intake. And this is where you can simply select, by just clicking the plus sign, what the patient has recognized and provided you as feedback on the review of systems form.